Hello, everyone, and welcome back to OfferX podcast Beyond Offers. We are back again, and I'm Alicia, and I have a fantastic guest with me today, Pavni Bujla, Delivery Manager, Talent Acquisition at Seneca Global. Hiring and HR can be messy, can be fun, and can be strategic. Let's look into how Pavni puts her heart and creativity into it. Let's get moving. So Pavni, welcome to OfferX podcast. We are so happy to have you here.
Thank you.
So whenever I have a guest on our show, I always want to know more about them beyond, like our name of the podcast also says Beyond Offers. I want to know what's beyond LinkedIn, what's beyond this work boundary, what's something about them that no one knows.
Interesting. So beyond LinkedIn, right? So which I could not post about myself. Yes, as I have mentioned in my introduction, I am very passionate about dance. I feel dance is a form of expression, expressing yourself. That gives me energy, that keeps me enthusiastic, and that gives me a curiosity to know about other person. Also, I'm a sports person.
Oh.
So I represented Andhra Pradesh during 9th standard. I was a badminton player. I was a state runner-up at that moment.
Wow.
So these two activities keep me fit and fine, and these two activities gives me that energy throughout. So whenever I feel stressed, either of it, I will try to engage myself to rejuvenate and come back to my norm.
So it would be right to say that energy you bring it back to office.
Yes.
And that is what Pavni represents, the energy she gets from these activities to office.
Yes.
So that is something maybe people in office or LinkedIn won't be so aware of.
Yes.
Okay. So that was wonderful to hear about your personal insight. Before deep diving more into this entire work life of yours, I would also want to know something else. So have you ever gone or stepped outside boundaries, gone wildly creative to fight a tough hiring challenge that came your way?
Good question. Yes, innovation improvement has been a DNA of Seneca Global, and we do everything innovatively day in and day out to address our hiring challenges. One thing which is very close to my heart is uplifting other women. Because
Wow.
I am one of the key person in the State Council of Indian Women Network. So I believe that women has to support other women. So with this aspect, I think there was a moment where we have to hire for one of the critical positions. And we found one person who has got, I think, a long break after maternity. We had no intent to do a diversity hiring. We don't have a norm as such, but I felt that it is not about the skill. It is all about the character and appetite for you to, take up the opportunity and challenge. I feel that's the one I'm looking for. And I got a lot of inhibitions from my hiring manager stating that, don't you think she cannot be up to date as per the recent trends? There will be gaps. There will be a lot of learning curve. I just told them, just believe in my judgment, please hire her and she'll do excellent. I convinced them. There were many such examples in my past experience too, where I felt that intuition, that recruiter's
Yes.
intuition, that first impression. So that helped me with a lot of great outcomes actually. They are doing a great job now and leading bigger roles now in the industry.
I also feel the same sometimes, that if your heart is in the right place, your intent is right for work or for anything that you're doing in life, I think you will do wonders.
Right.
And skill itself is not everything. Your intent and what you bring to the table, how you come to work every day with that energy is everything, because then you will have the right intention to learn. And even if I think maternity is something like, okay, there's nobody, it's a bias thing, but nobody is taking a long gap for paternity. And if somebody is taking it for maternity, I think they should be pushed ahead. And women supporting women, nothing like it. So
Right.
I think I would say this part of yours, I totally love that you do it and you bring it to table every day. But as a follow-up, I would also want to know, maybe this is just to add spice for our viewers, has anything funny ever happened with you? Like, you have gone to Lens, done something, not exactly Lens, we can say you have done a hiring. It was quite challenging, but something funny happened and it just remained in your thoughts for a long time.
I think I have a lot of such incidents where I keep memorizing, but one such incident, because we have been talking a lot of aspects on candidate ghosting and
Yeah.
all, I would like to highlight one experience of mine. So there was one moment where we hired a very senior guy to support for one of our customers in the past. So he was supposed to join on the day, and I'm not sure if we can call this as ghosting or not, but he has been responding.
Okay.
For all our messages, calls, he was telling, I'm all good, I'm all set to join. And then on the last day of, he was about to join, he said, I'm so sorry, I'm in a personal emergency, a family emergency has come up, and my uncle passed away, and I'm at that funeral now. And what to do? I mean, we'll be prepared with the plan B anyways, but the irony of the situation is, we have his alternate number.
Okay.
We have been capturing all their background details too. So I called her his wife. Yeah, I called his wife. So she spoke to me. She was asking me. I was just telling how are things. I'm so sorry for the loss and all. Just as an empathetic call. She was telling me, he already left. He was about to join you guys. Of course, I don't want to mention the names of the company, but he said some other company name instead of the company which we are hiring for. So, and I was like, why do he need to lie on the date of joining too, that he is at a funeral?
Oh my God. I think I have.
That innocent wife was caught and she gave all the inputs to us.
I have no words for that, and I think it is a very common thing which happens, and these funny silly things stay with us for a very long time, because we don't expect adults to be doing such lying, small little games, like rather be upfront and honest and own up to what it is,
Yeah.
rather than but sometimes it's hard for people to say no also, but for HRs and hiring managers like you, I'm sure these incidents are etched for a very long time in your hearts and brain. Okay,
Right.
this can go wrong, that might go wrong, and how to have a plan B, C, D in place.
Right, right. Believe me, Alisha, gone are those days. At least in the past, people were like, they were ethical, they were able to acknowledge to the recruiters whether they're joining or not. Some response that I have made up my mind, I'm going for some other organization, some response we used to get. Now the trend is, unless we see that 2 blue ticks in WhatsApp, that is what decides the fate of the recruiter.
Okay.
The moment a recruiter messages a candidate, in next 5 minutes, if that candidate is not going to respond to the recruiter, you have to measure the heartbeat of a recruiter.
So it's more like also a relationship status where the 2 blue ticks decides everything.
Yes, absolutely. It is like you are messaging your crush and there is no response. Imagine the response. Imagine how does a recruiter feel at that moment.
Ghosted. That is the word that sums up everything. I think it's a trend anywhere in this world. If
Right.
that blue tick does not come, or maybe a single tick starts coming.
I used to say this, like those were the days where we used to post and pray for a candidate to turn up. Now it is all about prompt and pray something. Ghosting
Yes.
is common, whether it is in past or here. Now ghosting is common.
Okay. A lot of companies these days are following this flat hierarchy where there's no closed rooms, everything is an open flow, everything is an open door. So, especially in hiring an HR in your company, is it also the same that people, employees in general, they walk up to the HR and, like, I would want to highlight certain issues like mental health issues are also huge nowadays. People are facing it, it's for real. The percentage has gone up in all the offices. There are other reasons, other problems that employees face, growth, career progression, and a lot of other things. So you being a part of this HR and hiring fraternity, especially in your company, how do you address these challenges and help the transparency within the company and with candidates and also existing employees?
So this journey doesn't start after the candidate joining us, Alisha. So when we join as recruiters here, we were taught on the core values, as I said, mutual respect. And even in the interview experience, we wanted to do a holistic approach of interviewing. It is not about selection or rejection. It is all about the kind of value that person is going to bring to the table and what value in return we can give to our customer. That's what matters to us. Even there were stages where even before joining, we made them feel inclusive. We gave them access to the learning platforms. We made them understand with a transparent feedback stating that, hello boss, you are absolutely a great candidate, but this is our requirement. These are the existing gaps, and here is the source you have to the learning platforms you have access. Since you accepted our offer, you are a part of this family. So you have all possible chances to groom yourself and get well prepared to the project. And the other aspects of the emotional support and all, yes, it's not just about HR. Anybody in the organization, we have a hearing ear here. Whether it is from anybody in the leadership team, if you talk to them, everyone will talk on the same lines.
Wow.
So that's what we believe in here. If we feel that they need a leaning shoulder, we are there for them.
That's really nice, because employee spends around 8 to 9 hours, sometimes 10 hours in office, and slowly that becomes our second home and family, people we share with. If we do not get comfortable in our office space, attrition, ghosting, and all these other challenges becomes more common than we know. And on that note, I would want to ask a quick question before we move on to some fun segments ahead.
Okay.
Do you think this ghosting issue or this candidate ghosting issue is just the candidate's problem, or it's an overall culture problem, company culture, or hiring and HR issues, or do you just would want to blame it and pin it on the candidate?
No, not at all. If you are able to give that first best experience to the candidate, that they would register that some XYZ company, I think I have to think about it twice.
Right.
Before I consider any other organization. If you're not going to give that first love you talk about, right?
Yeah.
That first impression, we're going to give that experience. I think it is all about the best experience that we give to the candidate.
Yeah.
It's not just a candidate's problem.
The human touch over the AI touch.
Everything. See, we are talking so much about AI. Yes, adapting to the new trends, using AI, because we have been using AI in most of our projects, of course. Wherever we have the client requirement, right, accordingly, we have been using AI. Even in talent acquisition, we have been using AI, but that human element is very important.
Yeah, it's human resource at the end of the day. You are hiring humans.
Right.
So that human element is so important.
Right.
So Pavni, with changing times, I would rather quote it as with AI times, okay? One big takeaway you have, one thing that is rapidly changing and it's hard to control, and one thing that has changed for good, especially in hiring.
I think that's a very interesting question, Alisha. So we all say that 2020 is all about, it's a digital, everywhere we talk about digitalization and all, right? I feel that AI and human harmony is the new trend now. So, and especially I'm in talent acquisition, so I face this in day-to-day activities. So AI, I mean, we used to hire developers or the technical people with some specific technology, skill set, depth and all. Now even the client demands have evolved a lot. So now we will have to hire people with polyglot skills. When I talk about polyglot, one developer should know at least 3 to 4 languages. Mm-hmm. We are no more hiring a developer who sit and program. AI can do that job.
Right.
We need people who has that designing ability, looking at a code, who can analyze it, understand where it went right, where it didn't go right. So that level of expertise we are looking at. So considering that even in talent acquisition, AI is playing a big role now. It is making our life easy. So it is helping us in creating jobs, job descriptions. It is helping us in stack ranking the profiles, screening the profiles, and then it is helping us to create the questionnaires. It is helping, even chatbots is creating to create a video job profiles. Right. Every which way it is helping us. But It is not that AI is going to take away our jobs. It is the person who keep himself or herself up to date as per the up to date recent AI trends may take away our jobs.
Right. So Pavni, I have asked this question earlier. I would still want a little bit more background stories, something from your personal or professional life that you want to share with our viewers. What is that one thing which still drives you to work every day and also drives you for this talent acquisition work every day? Why is your heart in it?
Okay, I think to come to that point, I have to give a little background about myself. I never belonged to HR actually. I was a science student. I did my masters in biotechnology through Bangalore University. I was a curious student from day one. I have been a leader in all the segments where I have gone. I wanted to get into research because of my curiosity. Then because of one of the personal emergency in my family where I have to lead my family and support my family financially, I have no option left with at my location. I got a job as a HR assistant. No clue about what is in and out. I just started to do any kind of activity that gives me a learning.
Right.
I did operations, I did HR admin job, I did recruitment, end-to-end cycle I have experienced from scratch. That's when I realized that talent acquisition is all about, people dynamics. It's all about psychology. It's all about understanding the other person's view, understanding your client views, stand in their shoes and give them the right product. That's it. So that, actually created a lot of interest and enthusiasm, and I felt that I'm made for it. Rather than just sitting in an in vitro lab, closing all these gloves and all. Maybe that was my passion, but what am I doing now is something that I'm really enjoying. I have built teams from scratch. I have created that value to the organizations. I have created, everyone says that operations team is a non-revenue generating functions, but I don't believe in that. Talent acquisition is the one who generate the business to the organization. Unless we bring that good right hire who can create a great value to the organization, we cannot talk about a success story right there.
Right. And I think I can wrap this up in a point where maybe HR was not Pavni's calling, but definitely HR, TA and hiring did call Pavni. So it was other way around.
Absolutely.
Okay. So while we are talking about so many serious things and all things strategic, all things perfect and all things AI in HR, let's just move it up a notch and let's go to something fun. Obviously we would want to see the fun side of you and the viewers would want to see the same. And let's change the setup a bit and move it into a better fun place where we actually can have a lot of rapid fires out of you, some questions that you are absolutely not expecting, and some fun instant answers where your employees would also love to, Pavni has answered this and we were not expecting it from her.
Right.
So let's go.
Sure.
So Pavni, amazing play area you have in your office with a TT table in front and a lot of other things that obviously that is not visible on the camera. We are in the perfect place for the fun zone.
Yep.
Okay, and let the fun begin. So now I'll take you on a fun joyride. You have to be as candid as possible.
Okay.
No serious HR jargons to be used here. So we want to see the fun side of Pavni now.
Okay.
So I'll start with a segment called Policy Mystery. Okay. Certain policies that are unusual office policies. Your job is to guess which ones are real and which ones I'm making up. Okay. So your answer is two things. Basically, you have to say, okay, it's real, or no, Alicia, you are bluffing. Okay. So let's get started. Bring your pet to interview day. The company allows candidates to bring their pets to reduce stress during on-site interviews.
No, sorry.
You think I'm bluffing?
Yeah.
You sure?
Maybe no, at least with what I experienced, yes.
Okay.
Maybe it is possible with big MNCs or organizations like Google and all.
It is actually a policy.
Yeah.
Silent lunch Thursdays. Everyone eats lunch in silence once a week to encourage mindfulness.
I think it makes sense. This is interesting.
You think it's real?
Huh.
I think I was making this up. Okay, so number 3, no mugs left in the sink. Employees are fined 100 rupees deposited into a charity jar if they leave mugs unwashed.
100 rupees, I don't know, but it can be a policy because hygiene is also important, right? And accountability is important.
So no mugs left in the sink is something that I'm not bluffing.
Maybe yes.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, I was bluffing. Reverse mentoring Fridays. Junior employees mentor senior leaders on emerging tech trends.
This is a new norm, new trend. Even we follow this.
Okay, and you are correct. Personal Spotify playlist sharing. New hires submit their top 5 Spotify songs to teammates, then guess whose playlist can be this?
I don't know. I think you're bluffing. Maybe.
You are right.
Okay.
Okay, and that was fun.
Okay.
Your policies, the ones that you thought was real, one that you thought I was bluffing. And with that, let's move to the next fun game.
Okay.
Okay. So the next one is buzzword bingo.
Okay.
So I read 5 common, or let's say if I can use the word publicly on podcast, cringe HR terms. Okay. And then you have to tell me if you actually used each one or you have banned it from your team.
Okay.
And I am pretty sure from somebody from HR and hiring team, you would be using all of them. You would have not banned any of them.
Okay.
So let's see. Just bingo or nothing. Okay.
Okay.
Synergy.
Bingo.
Circle back.
Bingo.
Employee experience.
Yeah. Bingo.
Low hanging fruit.
Every day we hear this. Bingo.
AI powered optimization.
Yes. Very much. Bingo.
So it would be safe to tell our audience that Pavni uses all the 5 cringe HR words every single day.
I've been throughout my life so far. There are many other in my dictionary too.
Okay. So that brings us to the last fun game, and that is rapid fire round.
Okay.
The name tells you all.
Okay.
I'll be asking you very quick short question, the first thing that comes to your mind. Okay. One thing that instantly annoys you during onboarding.
Ghosting.
One word for hybrid work.
Evolution, and I would also say this Teamopedia.
Okay, I'll want to know more about that later after this game.
Okay.
Most overused HR email subject line.
Oh God, this is for your information. There is a surprise from the candidate or from the client. So,
Do you like using phrases like let's revisit this later on your employees?
I don't. I like to solve the problems then and there,
Okay.
not later.
You're a good HR. Your go-to icebreaker at virtual team meetings.
Be a one team and just be yourself.
Okay. So with this, we have ended our fun segment, and it was so much fun with you, Pavni, especially when you scored 515 on the cringe terms. I would say that was the best thing. And there was a term I think I did not quite get during one of these when I asked you about one word for hybrid work. So what was it? Would you love to explain it to viewers?
No, see, there was a term called Zoomopedia where people extensively use, this Zoom interactions, and it has become a norm, especially during COVID and post-COVID. Similarly, we use Teams a lot.
Okay.
And we call it as Teamopedia. I mean, That's how.
Okay, so that explains hybrid
Yeah.
work. Something new for us to learn. Thank you, Pavni. Let's move back to our podcast setting now.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
What a wonderful day. And when I always say this, and I would like to say this again today, that when I spend one full day with somebody from another company doing a podcast, it's like in that short moment I capture most of their lives, most of their work life, I can say 10% or 5% of their personal life, but it gives such a deep insight to the company, to the person I'm talking to. And I always carry so many memories along with me. OfferX carries so much about you and we capture it. So once again, it was wonderful having you on the show, Pavni. I loved what you shared. I'm sure when this is out and the viewers are watching this, they would love what they are seeing, because this is something not just candidates but other HRs, other aspiring HRs, hiring managers, people in talent acquisition would love to know from somebody, a seasoned professional, 12 years and more in the field, and there's always so much to learn. So thanks, Pavni, thanks for being here, and thanks for giving us all the time that you had today, and it was a wonderful day.
Thank you so much, Alisha. I think indeed it was a privilege that you guys called me for this podcast. I got some space to talk about myself and my organization too. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I hope it added a value to you guys too.
Sure. And thank you, OfferX, too, for bringing us together for this podcast.
Thank you, Team OfferX, for giving me this opportunity to add on to whatever I have told you today. I think the overall concept itself is unique. I am impressed with the whole framework, and this is something unique that I have experienced in the recent days. I have gone through a lot of tools which is actually helping us to engage with the candidate, give them a great onboarding or pre-onboarding experience. But this is unique, where we actually understand the inner corner of the candidate, the outside, the other side of the story of the candidate. This is a great thought. We have to go deep dive and understand other implications also. I think
Sure.
I'm happy for
I
it.
think we'll get ample opportunities to do that in future with Seneca Global. And thank you.